Hi, I'm Dr. Jamie Morgan, and let me tell you something that for the first 30 years of my life, I was what you might call a professional procrastinator, and I mean I was a professional at it. So if you're watching this video right now because you can't seem to get yourself to do the things that you know that you need to do, I see you. I've been exactly where you are. Now picture this with me for a second. It's 11:47 p.m. You know, that project, the one that's been sitting on your to-do list for months? Yeah, that one. Well, guess what? It's due tomorrow. Your stomach starts doing those little flips as you stare at that blank Word document. That familiar knot of dread tightens in your chest. Again, and suddenly the weight of everything that you haven't done just crashes down on you. All that work that you've been avoiding, all the goals just sitting there gathering dust, and those dreams that God gave you, the ones that you keep pushing to someday, that's when shame starts whispering in your ear, you've done it now. Why do you keep doing this to yourself again and again and again? Your heart starts racing as you calculate how little sleep you're going to get. You know that you can barely scrape by if you scrape by at all. Does this sound familiar to you? Well, today we're going to get to the real reason why you procrastinate. And I'm going to share this simple productivity method that ended my 30-year struggle with procrastination and helped transform me into a highly productive leader. Oh, and what does this have to do with a tomato? Stick with me. It's all going to make sense. Now, let me properly introduce myself. I'm Dr. Jamie Morgan, and I mentor Holy Spirit-filled Christian women to walk in the fullness of God's call on their lives. My heart is that they'll hear the beautiful words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." But here's the thing. I used to be the poster child for procrastination. Picture this. I'm in high school. The teacher assigns a term paper. I've got 3 entire months to write it. You know when I started? Midnight, the night before that it was due. I would pull an all-nighter like it was my job. Fast forward into my young adult years. I put absolutely everything off until the last possible minute. Company coming over? I'd wait until 30 minutes before they arrived to start cleaning the entire house. And yes, I got caught red-handed more times than I cared to admit, frantically shoving things into closets as the doorbell rang. But then something happened in my late 20s. Actually, 2 things. First, I became a follower of Christ. Suddenly, this gift of time took on a whole new meaning for me. I wanted to be a good steward of the time that God had given me. And second, I came to the place where I realized living in a constant state of procrastination was just too stinking hard. Something had to change. Here's what I want you to understand. Just because you can work well under pressure doesn't mean you should. Procrastination adds pressure to your life that was never intended to be there. It causes you to feel constantly overwhelmed with tasks hanging over your head, tasks that you should have accomplished by now. So I made the decision. I was going to figure this thing out. First, I became a student of leadership and productivity. I'm talking tips and hacks and systems, you name it. I'll bet I've read over 1,000 books on this topic. I immersed myself in everything time management, leadership, and tried every productivity technique known to mankind. But here's the thing. One technique stood out among the rest. It actually worked for me. Hang on, we're getting there. The other thing that I did, I sought the Lord about the root cause of why I was such a major procrastinator. And boy, did I learn some things about myself. Some of the causes were perfectionism, fear of failure, and fear of success. Guess what? I had all 3. Another cause was simply avoiding discomfort. Yep, I had that one too. I was trading short-term relief of procrastination for long-term stress due to unmet goals and dreams from God. Now, knowing these things was helpful, but then God revealed something to me in prayer that was an absolute game changer. The real reason for my procrastination, the deeper reason, was my unwillingness to die to self, crucify the flesh, and walk by faith instead of feelings. I was really, really good at walking by feelings. For 30 years, that's exactly what I did. Made every single decision based on how I felt in the moment. If I didn't feel like doing something, I didn't do it. I procrastinated. But I came to this realization that as a follower of Christ, I needed to begin walking by faith and obedience instead of by feelings. By the way, I would love if you could hit the like button to give this video greater reach. So let's get to that tomato. Let's talk about the productivity and time management technique that actually worked and changed everything for me. It's called the Pomodoro technique. And Pomodoro, that's Italian for tomato. Now, here's why the Pomodoro technique absolutely crushes procrastination, because it trains you to work whether you feel like working or not, whether you're in the zone or not. It helps you push past temptation and not give in to distractions while you're at work. It keeps your hand to the plow when your hand wants to be scrolling social media. In just a minute, I'm going to tell you exactly how to put this technique into place. But first, let me share the benefits of the Pomodoro technique. It improves your focus because it helps you concentrate for short bursts of time, which reduces mental fatigue. Next, it breaks work into manageable chunks, making it so much easier to tackle those big, overwhelming projects. Next, it increases your awareness of how much time tasks actually take. And here's the big one, it reduces procrastination. Its structured nature will put an end to procrastination if you implement it. I've been using the Pomodoro technique for at least 30 years, and it's hands down the single best procrastination destroyer that I've ever used, bar none. Now, here are the simple steps to implement the Pomodoro method. The Pomodoro technique was invented by a man in Italy using his kitchen timer that was shaped like a tomato. The whole concept is about working in 25-minute blocks of time, taking a 5-minute break. I'm taking 25 minutes of nose to the grindstone focus, then forcing myself to take a 5-minute break. So here's how it works. First, select a task that you want to work on. Currently, I'm writing a book, so that would be my task. Next, I set a timer for 25 minutes. 25 minutes is considered one Pomodoro. Then work on that task for 25 minutes of distraction-free work. I put my phone face down on my desk in front of me, or I'll put my phone in another room entirely. When the timer dings, take a 5-minute break. Now, this part is important. When it's time for a break, take the break, even if you're in the zone. This not only helps prevent burnout, but it continues to train you that we don't do what we feel like doing. And that's crucial for combating procrastination. And then you rinse and you repeat. After 4 Pomodoros, you take a 15 to 30-minute break. By the way, I would love for you to be part of my YouTube channel community. If this video is ministering to you, hit the subscribe button. Now, there are apps in the App Store that specifically are designed for the Pomodoro technique. Some are free, others are paid. You can find a bunch of them, again, in the App Store. I personally use Pomo, which costs $10 per year. But just to be clear, you can absolutely use your microwave timer or the timer on your phone. Okay, here are your next steps. First, I want you to watch the video above. Next, I would love for you to check out my group mentoring ministry. The link is below. Remember, you don't have to stay stuck in the procrastination cycle. There's freedom waiting for you on the other side. Now get out there and make your life count and change the world for Jesus Christ, one Pomodoro at a time. I'm Dr. Jamie Morgan, and I'm honored to be your ministry mentor.